I think maybe even Dirty Jersey Rat. Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song.
Well, let's jump into it. What's your view of what's going on? The Dabbleverse seems a little chaotic at the moment, right? With sort of this entrance of Ethan Ralph and the Chrissy Mayor quartering stuff. What's your thought on that?
We've had a few new characters, haven't we? I guess it was like Mersh kind of started like, dipping his toe in, and, him and Ralph have a history or whatever. And then there was Scarlett. And so, since Scarlett and Mersh, I guess, were around, I guess anybody who fucks around with Scarlett is going to be sort of talked about at this point. People seem to have latched onto her, has made it. She's, a big one this year, this past year or so. Don't you think? I mean, isn't she the one that's kind of changed everything?
Yeah, well, I think so. I mean, I'm also not I'm not the biggest Scarlett fan. It feels a little like, I don't know, we're taking advantage of the mentally retarded or something.
She's fine. She's not mentally retarded. But like Scarlett and Ralph, what a romance. And I guess like Chrissy Mayor, is a pretty big story. I mean, like really, she was out of this thing. She had nothing to do with the Dabbleverse anymore. I mean, people mentioned her all the time, but she wasn't like doing anything in the direction of it. And now people finally have something to talk about with her that's worth talking about.
I don't know that I wouldn't say, unlike Gino, I think Gino tried to get into the Dabbleverse to, make money on it and stuff. I don't necessarily, and it didn't work, and he complains about how he's not part of it, and the Dabbleverse all sucks, but yet perfectly happy to grift off of it. Chrissy, I think, was out. Like she had she had nothing to do with it. I mean, she did the Stuttering John interview. She does some stuff with Carl, but other than that, none of her regular stuff involved the Dabbleverse at all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah. And now there's something to talk about. I mean, her only connection was Carl. That interview with John was years ago.
Right.
She consciously wanted to level out of it, I think. Whatever. I mean, I don't know if she was trying to work for TheQuartering or not. I really don't. I mean, Chrissy, as I predicted, I didn't think she was going to be at all like she's, it doesn't really affect her that much, emotionally or anything. It's hard for anybody to like bother her with this shit, especially now. I mean, she's already, the worst has happened, I mean, she was friends with that Brittany Venti, and now she's not anymore. And now I guess Brittany is going to be an enemy of hers or something, and I don't know what's going to become of that.
Yeah, I do love how angles in the internet get played where Brittany had retired, according to social media. Brittany had retired and only came back because what Jeremy Hambley was doing was so horrible. She felt she had to make a statement and be involved.
But I thought he took her channel down. Was she not one of them?
No, I think she was. She's been on something else for quite a while. So I don't know. Look, I don't know a lot about her. I mean, the only way that I really know Chrissy and any of these people is the compound connection.
Oh, okay.
Right. And that's where we learned them. And then because of Chrissy's relationship with a former compound host, yeah, right. She's more interesting than she would be otherwise to me.
Yeah. I mean, she was doing comedy when I met her, but barely, And now I don't know what she's. Look, she's laughing it off. This whole, I guess, everybody's kind of losing sight of the important thing is that there were a bunch of channels taken down,
right?
And she doesn't really seem to be, I mean, she hadn't seemed to be particularly against it. She didn't want to have what's her name, Melanie Mack, have to talk about it, and it just really rubbed people the wrong way. It's hard to explain to people exactly why that's so. A lot of people kind of I in trying to explain it, like, why is everybody so mad at Chrissy Mayor? you know, it takes it's a little. I mean, you could just say because she's a bitch or whatever, but that's not really it. It's she, I guess,
See,
doesn't care about the channels. You know,
right. There's there's this thing that goes around like, oh, no more Chrissy, no more Chrissy talk.
oh, has that been said?
Yeah, but
I don't
my
know.
my view on this is it's not really Chrissy talk. I mean, it is like because she's the person, but it's the story around it that's interesting, and it's not going away, right? All of these right wing sort of grifter types that I would think, January Sixers, anti woke, whatever, seem to become they kind of like the biggest whiners in the world.
You're generalizing, though. I mean, really. I know people that did time over January 6th, and they're not whining about it at all, so.
I'm referring to the streaming
Oh, right.
group, right?
Well, wait. You mean like Chrissy was at January 6th?
Right.
You say she's one of the bigger whiners? Or she seems to be the one calling people whiners.
She is calling. And I'm not referring to just this, but like overall, like all of a sudden this Christian faith seems to have popped up everywhere, and not just with her. It's
No,
the
a lot of
trad
people doing
cat
that.
thing is becoming very popular.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of people talk about Catholicism and stuff.
Yeah, and finding Jesus and
Why does it have to be up front like that? I mean, like, but wouldn't you, if you got a religion or something, mostly just keep it to yourself? I mean, it's like a pretty important thing. It's like a personal thing. And I guess it's like supposed to be part of their ideology or something, but I don't really see it.
So that's what that was kind of my point. Like it feels like they're using their faith or religion as an ideological point, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm now Christian. This means something.
Yeah. And we've all been saying that, really. I mean, like, I guess we've all been saying that.
All right. Jimmy I319 celebrates 1 month membership. She's on at 9:30 to catch up on super chats, etc.
Oh, that'll be great. I mean, I'm sure she's going to do that, too. I'm sure she's going to address each and every one of those negative super chats. That'll be funny if she does, but I don't think she will. I think certain ones, she's... She didn't read them that night at all. She kept saying she needs to get to them, and then she would look down, and that was a stalling thing. That was another thing that she could kind of deflect away from whatever was being said to her to do that. It made her seem really shifty, regardless that she was lying to, that she wouldn't admit that she lied to Brittany Venti about the, not getting the link so she could come on and fucking ambush Melanie Mack. But I mean, I don't know if it would have been an ambush or not. I guess you could call it that. Because she was going to come on and question her. I mean, this all starts to sound really catty really fast. That's kind of my problem with talking about that part. I mean, like, all the bullshit about the corn and the cake, we can let that go. That has nothing to do with anything. Just, like, forget that.
Haley today on your show made a good point, which is Chrissy was saying things like, well, I'm not going to read the negative ones about Brittany. And then you pointed out, but she would read the uber positive ones about her.
Well, she didn't read any. Everything she read seemed to have, like, an anti-Brittany kind of slant, I mean, like, it was ridiculous for her to say that. It's like a double swap, because she's not going to, all she was going to do is read the ones that are, like, fairly positive to her. And she claimed, like, I'm not gonna read these negative ones about Brittany, which also suggests there's just a shitload of negative ones about Brittany. But then everything she read did seem to have kind of an anti-Brittany thing. I don't know. Look, this level of analysis, I started to hear the way she was talking in that interview with whatever his name is, the guy over on Rumble.
Camelot, was that? Or
No, it was some guy on Rumble that she was on with yesterday. And she's just kind of, I mean, I guess I just wasn't, whatever. I mean, the tone of voice is very dismissive, and so, like, it kind of, I'm not going to say it ruins the fun or anything like that, but it is sort of like, well, geez, if you know that is a very arrogant, condescending sort of thing. So like as somebody who doesn't watch her, give money to her, really nothing I can do except just watch what happens and talk about it. You know, I mean, because like what action could anybody take?
I thought to me, the thing that Haley said that was interesting was when she said she wasn't going to read, that I'm going to have to do a second show for these super chats or whatever. There was like, she could have put some order to it, right? She could have said, there's so many of them. I'm going to read the $20 ones or the $50 one, whatever. And it wasn't. It was just ones that selectively sort of, swept for her and smacked Brittany with the broom a bit.
That actually might have been our conversation the other day. Because Haley and I did 2 shows this week, I think.
Yeah.
So it might have been that.
Well, I watched this morning, so that was
that was the one. Okay, because I don't remember that coming up. I thought we were kind of past that by then, but maybe she was just.
Look, anything's possible. You know me, I'm old. I thought Eckel had beads in his hair. So what do I know?
You and Eckel, I listened to some of that and I was like, "But these guys even? Why are they at odds?" I couldn't tell. I honestly couldn't tell.
I was trying so hard to like not be at odds yesterday, like kind of, but I will say that I went into that thing completely unaware of what he was pissed off at, right? Like,
yeah,
I had no idea it was little comments that I had mentioned that he was fat. And it was like there was like all these little things, and I was blown away, and I'm sitting there and I'm like going, why the fuck am I here
talking to him?
Yeah, because it just took forever for him to get to like anything, and he had like 10 clips. I think we got to the first, and he was all up, and it was like he had gotten all upset because when he was doing a take off the mask pre-Hackamania.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. And my joke essentially was that if he looked like Clark Gable, he would just show up at Hackamania without taking off the filter first. So he was preempting, and it was just a joke. I had no idea what the guy looked like. And you didn't understand. And I mean, it was like I got all butthurt about it. And I'm just like.
So he had like 10 clips of you saying things about him.
Right.
Wow.
We only got to one.
Oh, so there'll be a part 9 through 10, I guess, one clip for each time. That is amazing. So it's like a bunch of these microaggressions or something that he's upset about.
Yeah, and I was combining that with his comments on my channel. He always making comments on the streams, which are fine. I mean, you want comments, but they're very sort of inside baseball-ish or correcting things that I say as if it relates to him.
Oh, right, yeah.
So strange,
So why? Oh, well, I mean, it's coming and commenting on your channel. It's and like he said, I think I heard that part of it. He said, I usually like to fall asleep listening to you. It's very late, and then sometimes I'm in the chat, but then you get the desire to weigh in even if you're not in the chat. So I had to just do it in comments. I mean, like. You guys don't have any disagreements here. It's weird. I just don't hear what the problem is. It's like such a fucking. It's like you guys should start a show and call it Grudge Match, and then just the two of you can sit there and have this polite, sort of back and forth about like what sort of kind of bothered you a little, and
see,
it's insane.
I guess when you try to get these things across, but I can never get anything across that's even remotely subtle. I didn't care. Like, it didn't bother me. Like, I was looking at the comments, and one of the ones that I picked out was he had done a show and apparently on a Saturday, and apparently had breaking news about Joey C. And Thursday night, the following Thursday, I said, "Oh, we got some breaking news, about Joey C." Making a joke. Because it had been out there for a week, and And the comment I see it the next morning is, "We actually broke that on our show the prior Saturday," you know? And my thing was, I wasn't upset by it. I wasn't angry. I was just like, I'm. Is he really thinking this much about this show? You know what I mean? Like,
that that's odd. You guys either need to team up or just get the fuck away from each other or something. I mean, it's.
It
seems like just like watching each other just to, see who can get offended at the least. I'm not trying to spread it apart across to both of you if it's not the case, but I mean, like, I can't imagine it being offended by something like that. Shit, man, I've had people say much worse things about me that were fucking nonsense, and like, after don't you just, I don't know.
But that
man.
was, and this is, well, I tried to say that to him, which is, dude, people say shit about me all the time. Your show. I'm a burn victim. I'm a talentless hack. I'm
No
a low
eyebrows.
effort this.
Bug
no
eyes.
eyebrow. Oh, it's not a big deal. Like obviously you hear it, but you don't internalize it. And then when a guy gets upset because you made fun of a sissy haircut, you're just like, wait a minute. I was losing it.
I just try to stay on everybody's good side when it comes to shit like that, I think.
Yeah, I generally do too. Well, some people. I mean, I get into beefs, but usually I know what they're for. I have reasons to do it.
You get into fights with people all the time.
Well, it seems like all the time, but it's not really as often. I think I can. I could list them out, but I think
It just
I
seems
also
like
think
you
they're
alternate.
valid.
All you do is alternate between BYB and Clonton and fight with somebody and take over the show for a little bit, get into an argument with one of the either on BYB or do you go on BYB anymore?
No, I was on there the other day, and
Okay.
I did kind of shit on Ethan Ralph, but
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and he was, fuck you, man. You don't know shit about shit. That was pretty entertaining. I remember that now. Yeah.
Well, come on, man.
Fuck you, old man. He acted like you were Penny sitting down at his table. Leave my table. I don't even know who this old woman is.
You waited for me to you waited to do that. Well, it was just, I don't know. I wanted to point out the fun of him commenting on the downfall of Chrissy and all the shit she's going through, and like, well, you've been through it, so why don't you tell us, what it's like to go through it? And he got upset about that.
Well, it was because you said, like, what's it like? What you said is you used to be more successful. Now you're less successful. What's that like?
You used to be a top.
Now you're nothing. Now you're
not
here.
so much. What's it like going from?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty rude. I mean, like, I was like, what's he got against Ethan Ralph? But, because, hey, look, you can pick on anybody for shit like that, but you chose it. You did it. Is it you don't like Ethan Ralph, huh? I assume it's like a personal thing. You just don't really care for him.
It's not personal. I just think that he's a purveyor of garbage. And, if I have a chance, look, it's like Gino, if I get a chance to go after them a bit, especially if they've been going around in every place they go, like Quad, I think like admires the guy and kind of looks up to him.
Ethan Ralph?
Yeah. So my thing is like, you know what? Let me knock him down a bit.
Well, we're all purveyors of garbage. I mean, there's no question about that. I mean, we just are, I mean, like, look at this. None of us are. I don't even have to say splitting the atom, curing cancer, that kind of shit. None of us are even, carrying a hot meal to somebody or something. Like I think waiters have a little bit more integrity than some of us. I mean, like providing some entertainment for people who opt in. I'm not ashamed of it, but you can't like blow it up like it's not garbage. It's to a degree. It's trust me. I feel like we're all gonna lay on our deathbeds and go like, what was that? What do we? Which is why I hope if I get killed, it's just instant.
Yeah. On my deathbed, it's going to be like, oh, thank God you only did that in the last couple of years of your life.
Oh right, yeah.
But No, it's just funny to me. It's probably just my nature. Like I see a guy like Ethan, and he's kind of out spreading this is what you should do, and this is the way people are, and whatnot. And I'm like, well, let's throw a little bit of that back on you, and let's see how you respond to it.
Yeah. He is banging a porn star.
But I think anybody could at this point in time.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody could. I think there's limits. I don't know. I don't think she's that easy. I don't know. I really don't know anything about her. I don't think she likes to fuck all that much, to be honest. I mean, like, that's how a lot of them get. I mean, she might like it with her significant other, but I don't think she's. I don't see. Maybe all the promiscuity has been kind of banged out of her at this point.
Yeah, I what do you call it's possible. My biggest thing was like I couldn't imagine having to sit in a room and talk to her. Like, could you imagine having a conversation with her?
Look, I've seen her have conversations that were perfectly lucid, and go like, where is that person? Like, I don't know what the difference is. It's just that sometimes she talks a mile a minute and doesn't listen, and then when she was sitting there eating nachos, she was a lot. I found it very endearing watching her sit there and just eating those nachos like it was like she hadn't eaten in days.
Yeah, well, and you're also a much nicer guy than I am. So there is that. But no, anyway, my beef thing is some people like Gino. I wanted to call out. Right, Ethan, I wanted to call out. I get into beefs with them. And, I don't know what other. Ava and I have a fundamental disagreement, and that's like an ongoing beef. I guess you could say beef.
Why? Well, what's the fundamental disagreement?
We got into it over the striking and Stuttering John stuff.
And she thinks that he has to protect his rights, and that he has a right to do that.
Yeah, but it was before that because she struck Schmuel for showing clips that she had up on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
She had posts on YouTube. They had downloaded them, and then once she knew they were going to do that, she privated them, but they already had them. And then she was like, he was showing private clips from long ago.
Oh, that's not really accurate then, is it?
Yeah, and I didn't, and then with the Stuttering John stuff, it was like, are you trolling him or not? And she used to come on the stream. We'd have some pretty heated arguments. And I'm like, you're sitting there telling John, oh, you're a good father, and other things. And I'm just like, what's going on here?
But we still haven't gotten to the fundamental disagreement.
The fundamental disagreement is over the two sides of striking and some other like issues.
And that was enough. That now you guys can't just like you can't have Ava on anymore.
Well, we could. I mean, we could settle it. Okay. It's fine. And but the thing is I
haven't seen much of Ava lately, or maybe I'm just not. Maybe my eyes aren't open. She's probably on stuff.
She was on Husey, I think, the other day.
Okay.
She doesn't. What do you call it? No, it would be fine. It's just it's a. I don't know. It feels more like an intellectual, if that's the right word. It feels more like a friends dispute, right? Over things.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Than the other stuff. Like, I like Ava. I just think that some of the stuff that she does, and like when she argues, sometimes I feel like it's disingenuous, And even and arguing with me when she gets like, if she'll get frustrated, she'll start calling me old, wearing diapers. I'm a boomer. I ruined the country.
Hey, at least you have a way to know you're winning.
Yeah. And so, but that's it. That's funny because that happens in a lot of these. Like, if I get into a dispute with anybody, and they're not beefs necessarily, but they're talking, and when you're sort of confronting them with things they don't want, that's when you're, yo, Joe.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Dirty Rat.
Dirty Rat's a good boy. He is. Check him out on the YouTube channel.